obviously a huge opportunity for a triple crown this weekend. I suppose for you on a personal level, what would winning silverware like this for Ireland mean to you?
Yeah, obviously it's a great opportunity. Really excited, I suppose, for it. Yeah, just being part of this championship and trying to put my best foot forward in this campaign has been, it's an opportunity for me and the team. I suppose it's also a great opportunity to get some silverware. Yeah, it's definitely makes it a really important game and something that I'm excited to be a part of.
So yeah, it's a huge occasion, but also possibility of come up against Kyle Stein, is in fantastic form for Scotland. I suppose on an individual level, and when you're looking at who you're going up against on that side of the wing, is it something you relish testing yourself against other top wingers, or what way will you be preparing to face him?
Yeah, I suppose always do my homework. It's always enjoy the opportunity of playing against different types of wingers, and that will definitely be the case. I suppose Scotland have been class this championship, and really exciting backs, and obviously the wingers have been playing well, and I just see it as an opportunity to also show my ability on the pitch. I back myself defensively, and that's something that I'll look forward to. And yeah, it's, I suppose, over the years as well as a rugby player, I've built confidence in the wingers that I've played over the years, and I'll take that into this week as well.
Thanks. Dara, then Tom, and then Murray.
Yeah. I suppose you never want to be the one that misses the tackle or makes the wrong defensive reach when I try to score, but to make it a little bit easier with the race car try that the world of rugby got so much enjoyment from it.
Yeah, I knew it'd be coming in. Yeah, definitely tough to watch back. Just kind of reviewed it, being on the same page and stuff like that. So yeah, it's never like to see that. Hate missing tackles. So something that I'll definitely be looking at in training and trying to I suppose compound that. But fair play to the big man. He was flying as well. So yeah, something I'll try and cut out of my game.
That aside, is this the most enjoyable period of rugby you probably had in your career so far?
Yeah, I think definitely from it's been kind of a roundabout since full turnaround since last season as well. So yeah, I suppose and the level that I'm playing at the minute has been unbelievable, and my ability just to play games repeatedly is something that's been a big focus of mine. Trying to be in training consistently and being able to do that, and I feel like that can now allow me to allow me to build confidence each game and play, and being able to do that continuously is a big factor in my game.
Murray, Tom, then Sinead.
Just on that, you obviously had the nice pass to Kieran last day. I think you said your mum keeps giving you tips and tricks. That's one of them. But is that part of the confidence coming out that you can express yourself?
Yeah, I suppose I've always kind of backed myself as an offloader. Kind of enjoy trying to see those sort of passes and stuff. That was kind of just off the cuff of playing what's in front of you, and yeah, I suppose that does kind of that's a built-in confidence of me being able to do stuff in training and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd say so.
Someone told me you were a good footballer back in the day. I want to ask about that. What kind of level did you play to?
As in football and in soccer?
Yes.
Yeah, I played a bit of Gaelic as well. Played soccer. I played until I was about 15, and that's when I switched over to rugby. I just switched over because my mates played it, so I was joined them, and then I played a bit of midfield and Gaelic as well for 2 seasons as well.
Was the soccer serious or was it club?
Nah, I wasn't good enough to go anywhere. But I was decent enough at it.
Your dad was a cool player, was he?
Used to play football as well, yeah. In Marseille, he went to uni. So.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, you beat Marseille?
No. I don't know what he played for a club in Marseille.
Oh,
no, not Marseille. Don't make that a title.
The story that he got trials somewhere, is that?
I think he did get trials, but
For Marseille.
But not for Marseille. I don't know who it was for. Yeah.
Okay.
sounds like Catan and everything like that. Sorry, Tom.
Just how nice has it been to go from playing in the same back three with Jacob Stockdale at Ulster to now doing it in Green?
Yeah, it's been class, and Jacob's been really helpful, I suppose, this season as well. And I've played with him over the years, and he's an unbelievable player. so yeah, it's always class when you're lining up alongside another club player, especially Jacob that I'm with most days, and we're on the same page, and it's good to connect out there on the pitch as well.
And how commendable is it to see him? Obviously, he played against France, but then he went a couple of weeks not picked, but then to then come back into the folds. Speak to volumes of his character, I guess, to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, and like Jacob's, he's been about for years, and you've seen the talent that he has and performances that he's put in. And yeah, he got an opportunity, and he got a try as well, which had been for 5 years or so, and it's great to see. And he's been unbelievable for us during Ulster throughout the season, and it's good that he can showcase that as well for Ireland again.
Fantastic, thank you.
Neil?
All right. Do you feel a bit more confident or any different now to when you previously would have been in the squad, maybe 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, it's probably similar to those backup of games. I've came in to the squad, kind of played one game or 2 games, and then I've been out again. So I feel like I've kind of put my foot forward. Kind of, I suppose when you're playing games as well, you're feeling a bit more part of the whole setup and stuff. So just being able to, I suppose, put something and showcase my skills and put myself forward as well has helped me integrate more into the team as well this time.
And at what stage of this season did you feel like you might have been back on the radar, back in the mix to get into the Six Nations squad?
It mostly came off the back of, to be honest, like I said, I wasn't really sure if I would be in this year because I hadn't played too many games as well, and I've always been, I've still had time for the physios, one-on-one stuff. I've been about the HPC, kind of coming in and out just to track my return and stuff like that. So it's always been in the back of my mind, but that was mostly back of the basis of I had to get back fit and I had to play, and that's a totally different story. So I was thought I'd potentially be in, but I wasn't also wasn't 100% that I'd be in the squad. So.
Derek, Sinead and Simon.
Robert, I can say this, I haven't seen a position change as much in the space of 18 months as winger has. We've practically new wingers in every team floating around the Six Nations. Is there anything that you see different that Robert Baloucoune Mark 1 didn't have and he doesn't need now, and Robert Baloucoune Mark 2 who we have now? Is there any change that you can see that you can put your finger on? Because I'll tell you, Kyle Stain wouldn't get in anybody's team 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, and he now looks like one of the best wingers in the Six Nations. Yeah,
probably as the game, there's always changes as well. Talk about high ball stuff. It's probably changed a lot on the way we work as a winger as well. Like the contestables, it's a lot more challenging and stuff like that. So that's probably an area where I try to be a constant threat and try and use the best of my ability to get the ball back, which can be helpful. And then just off the back of training and stuff, that's a lot of the stuff I would try to work with my wing, get myself involved in the game, has been a big work on throughout the years of my career, which I wouldn't have done when I was younger. So and that's also another confidence bit where the more I get my hands on the ball, the more we get involved in the game, the more I can be a threat as well. So that's probably the 2 main reasons I think I've developed over the years to put me in a better place for selection. And
you seemed a bit more keen talking about GA than soccer, seeing as how Olympic Marseille didn't work out for your dad.
Yeah.
What GA club were you with?
I was only a small club outside Enniskillen, and it was Co. So we just played. I'd be playing all sports, so I'd be playing football 1 week and then I'd be playing Gaelic as well during the next week or so. So it's just I like doing as much as I can. So.
And is there a specific catching practice now that hasn't been there in, say, 2 years ago? Like, are people getting involved with each other more in training, like 30, 40 metres? Or is it more catching high balls, more basketball stuff?
We do a bit of both. Like, there's definitely a bigger focus on, contestables. There'll be a lot more contests in training, one-on-ones in the air. And then even, like, off the side, we'll do a lot of contestables off box kicks and stuff like that. So there's definitely a lot more focus on how we get better and ways we can try and help around that as well. So.
Sinead?
Are you the fastest guy in the squad?
Tommy O'Brien's pretty quick as well, so
Yeah.
I'd say we'll be close enough between us. Like,
What do the timings say, or do you have stats in it, or?
there's no there's no stats out there. I don't know what the top speeds are yet. So, but they're quick enough.
You're second Tommy anyway.
Yeah.
How long have you had the nickname the Cat?
Since I was in the academy of Ulster, it was actually Willie Anderson. He gave me the cat because I had it's been random. I had a bad back and stuff whenever I was like 18 or 19, and I'd always be doing like cat poses on the pitch to try and get myself around the pitch. So he was just that kind of stuff. Then after that,
I thought it was sleeping.
yeah, that kind of added as well because then I'd be sleeping everywhere. So he was like, okay, this is actually just it's sticking there.
Yeah, so are you as relaxed and normal do life as you?
I don't sleep as much as I used to when I was younger, but yeah, I'm still pretty relaxed.
Okay, Simon, and then we'll finish off. Okay.
Yeah, hi Rob. Just on Twickenham and Tommy, how much of that you got it over to each other's wings a lot? You combine really well, attack and defence. How much of that was instinctive, or is that something you've worked on with each other?
I suppose it's just the way we want to play as well. Wingers getting off the wings, and then you kind of just once you're there, you're working, you're in a spot to be an option or to be a threat, and that's. I think it wasn't a set plan of us working together. It was kind of, we've worked hard to get into the space where the space is. We've done our work early as well. So then, effectively, we've then linked up, and it worked really well against England. And it's definitely a threat that we can push forward as well.
And having someone as fast, if not quite as fast as you, or the other way around, how pleasurable is that when you tearing it up down the wing?
Yeah, I mean, it means like, effectively, like, if he's beside me whenever I'm sprinting through as well, it makes that pass 10 times easier. That, sometimes if it's someone slower, you don't get the try because they get caught and slowed down. So, yeah, it's definitely a great option to have.
Last question.
Rob, just finally, Cal's been mentioned a couple of times, obviously, yourself, Darcy Graham, they both 3 tries each this campaign. Is there anything you see or you like in there or admire about their play?
Yeah, I suppose Castane's physical. He's a physical carrier and knows his way around. I've played Darcy Graham quite a few times against Edinburgh, and he's nippy and he actually works around the nines quite well as well. So it's probably something that I need to work on in my game, is kind of get involved around like that. But no, they're 2 class wingers, and know how to score, and that's probably a main focus of every winger. So if you're doing that, you're doing well, and definitely be a challenge for the weekend. But back myself as I say, and looking forward to the challenge.
Thanks, Rob. Cheers. Thanks, everyone. Joel